Hey guys, what is up? It is Tyler here again, and welcome back to a new video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Conquest Large on Dust Bowl. This will be my first looks, my first impressions, and what do I think about the game mode and the map from my perspective. So, obviously, in my perspective, it is great. It's got to be one of the best game modes, Conquest Large. That's what I'm talking about. The map, on the other hand, it's a pretty good map. I like it. You know, it's not one of the maps I hate. You know, obviously, there's a couple maps that I oh my god, that I don't like, obviously, in Battlefield. But, you know, obviously, I like all the maps that EA delivered in, or DICE, or I think it's EA and DICE, and what do they call it? Visceral? I don't even know how to say their name, but they gave us a great map and a great game type. You know, obviously, as much as I do like Hotwire and Heist, I do enjoy playing on the original Battlefield game modes, which are Conquest Large, or Conquest Large is something that they added in Battlefield 4, and it is great. It is a great game mode. I gotta say, it's one of my favorite game modes aside from Rush. But I like Rush better in Battlefield 3 rather than Battlefield 4. For some reason, I find it like not as enjoyable in Battlefield 4 as it is in Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2. So obviously, to start off here, Dust Bowl is a very good map. I like it. You know, it's the flags are positioned perfectly and for Conquest Large, and I'm not going to talk about Hotwire because obviously this scope is Conquest. So as you can see here, as I'm in B flag, this is one of my favorite flags to be at, especially for sniping and for getting kills. You know, this is one of the main places to get kills at. The other flag is A flag. It is great. As you can see, it's down there. I will spawn out on it later on in the video. And so basically what I do on this map is I usually sit at B and kill everybody at B. As you can see here, I just took out Operator by accident, but I guess it's a fortunate mistake. So what I usually do is I'd like to clear out B first, and then I take a look at A with my sniper and just keep sniping. One of my favorite things to do in Battlefield is to actually snipe. Now, if I'm at A flag, obviously I snipe at B, because there's a lot of people that like to snipe who are really bad at it, and they like to sit still and they just stare out the windows and I don't know what they're doing. They like to stare in space and dream about their girlfriend or whatever. I don't know. But this is a great map. I love it. It's clean, and they do have that next gen, what do they call it? The next gen kind of map. What do they call it? It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't even think about it. But, you know, they have that map, you know, how the map changes and whatnot. They do have that. They have that weather change. It's actually a dust storm. Obviously, Dust Bowl, you know, you might think, what were they adding? Obviously, it's a dust storm. And you can actually see the dust storm coming in before it actually hits you. It's a big dust cloud coming in. It's a really, really nice animation. It is absolutely a great animation. The thing is, as much as it's a nice animation, I like that they added that. It's kind of annoying. I gotta say, you might see it later on. I'll talk about it once the dust storm actually hits, but it is kind of annoying. The thing is, the reason it's annoying is because it's so hard to see, and it actually gets blurry. Instead of it being very dusty for you, your visual is very kind of constricted. Mostly, I think is that the word to use? I don't know, but it is kind of annoying, and plus, as much as it's not really, it doesn't look like you're in a dust storm. It looks like you're blind and you can't see, and it's very like blurry. You know how if you take off your glasses, if you have glasses or really bad eyes, you take off your glasses and everything's really blurry. That's what it looks like. Hopefully, I made it in the clip. I maybe look behind me and take a look if the dust storm's coming or not. So yeah, this is a great map. So what I'm gonna do here, then we're just gonna talk a little bit about the gameplay and what I'm actually doing here. So obviously, I love to snipe. That's my favorite thing. I have like 3 gold stars for the Scout Elite already. But the sad thing is that nothing carries over to the original game. If you didn't know that, if you thought everything carries over to the original game, I'm sorry to break it to you, but it doesn't. I've already looked it up, and there's even on EA's and DICE's website, it says your progression will carry over, but your quote-unquote expertise will. It's kind of stupid. They say, oh, your expertise will. It makes it look like, oh yeah, you're going to gain a lot of skill from it. But really, it feels exactly like Battlefield 4 and exactly like Battlefield 3. But overall, I really do like the game, and I will get the game once it comes out. The game is great. You know, it's great. You know, I cannot wait for it to actually come out and to be able to play it. But the thing is that I've worked so hard, I put so much time into Battlefield Hardline that it's kind of a down. It's kind of sucks that I won't be getting this like everything I have in the original game when it comes out, like the final cut of the game. I won't be getting all the stuff I worked for already in the game. It kind of sucks. I mean, with Halo 5 beta, it actually carries over. At least I think so. I think it does. I'm 100%. I'm like 95% sure it does. That's what they should have added here. I put so much time. People put so much time in. I know. I see people on the leaderboards. They have like 500,000 score for professional, and it's like, holy cow! How the hell did you do that? And now that's going to be a big waste of time for them, right? I mean, obviously, video games is you can all admit that it is a big waste of time, but they put so much amount of time into Battlefield Hardline, and they don't get anything out of it. The only thing we do get is a gold battle pack once the original game is actually set and ready to go, but overall, it's a pretty good game. I just really wish the stuff carried over. So yeah, hopefully the dust storm will come in soon. And you see here, spawn with operator again. And yeah, so spawn in. I'm actually playing with all my friends here, and we're just kind of like, I don't know, we're kind of like controlling B here. One of the main things to do in this is control B or A. One of the biggest flags to control. Usually, if you control B, the other team controls A. If you control A, the other team controls B. Now, the other flags, they don't really matter. You know how on Siege in Shanghai and Battlefield 4 that the C flag, what I think is it the C flag, whatever's in the building, the C flag, that's the main one to control, right? Then you got the other flags off to the side, A and B and D and E. Those are the kind of flags that are off to the side that you don't really care about. As you care about it, but not as much as you do about A and B, because these are the main flags to carry, right? For Siege of Shanghai, the C flag, you get tons of kills, right? Same with A and B. The other flags, obviously, you don't see me go into those because those really don't matter as much as B and A do. So, for my playing style in this game, sorry, that's what I'm talking about now. Sorry, my playing style is I love to snipe. Obviously, I said that before. I said that over and over again, but I absolutely love to snipe. It's probably one of my favorite things to do in first-person shooters, except Call of Duty, because Call of Duty sniping kind of boring, because if you kind of hard scope, then people complain and they tell you that you suck. But whatever, that's what I love Battlefield sniping. And oh Jesus Christ, that guy's has a quite the jump there. But yeah, I love Battlefield sniping because it's very realistic. Mostly, we can all agree that it's realistic, mostly, right? But yeah, so you can see here I'm using operator. So what I actually do is I mostly snipe, but I also use operator. I love being a medic and sniping at the same time. But my favorite thing to do is sniping. As you can see here, I'm just running the AKS 74U, I think it is, and it has almost no recoil. Holy cow, it has no recoil. It has basically no recoil unless you just stand there, hold the trigger. Obviously, it's gonna go up a little bit, but it has almost no recoil. That's what I love about this gun. As you can see, once I actually shoot people, you can see here, no recoil at all. And this is just a plain gun. I don't have anything for this gun really. As later on you'll see that it says, oh, you can get attachments now, and that's like the first thing you get to it. So you can see later on, once I move up closer, yeah, right here, when I move up closer, you'll see it come up. Yeah, accessories. Accessories cannot be purchased for the AKS 74U. That means I haven't really used the gun a lot, so that's how you know, right? So this is the plain gun. This is just what once you pick the gun, nothing on it. This is what comes out. I don't know. So I think I changed back to sniper here at some point, and for some reason I don't know why, but you can see at the bottom there it said I needed 8 seconds to deploy. I don't know why it needed 8 seconds. I mean, it's not like how Call of Duty, you kill your teammate in hardcore mode and then you have to wait more time to spawn. But I really don't know why it takes more time. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. Hopefully one of you guys can tell me. So yeah, so this is overall, I gotta say the game is pretty good. I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. It's one of my favorite games. Battlefield is like the entire series of Battlefield. They haven't EA and DICE have not delivered one game where I said this game is terrible. I've never said that to any Battlefield because all of them have been just upgrades on each other. They've just been great. They take every game, they take another step, right? Every single game they take another step. from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4, they added those map changes, and so those map changes are great. See Shanghai, the building falls. What is that? Rogue transmission. The satellite crashes down. What else? There's Perisal Storm. The weather changes, and that big battleship comes in and hits the land, and it kind of it changes the map totally. Changes the entire playstyle of the map. Same thing with Siege of Shanghai. Once the building falls, the entire game changes. Like literally, they do it so that the game changes. Same with this. Here, as you can see, the dust storm is coming in now. The entire game changes now. Now you kind of, well, I think it already came in. I kind of went over it a little bit, but I think it's coming in now, or it already came in. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's because I'm inside. That's why it's pretty bad. But yeah, you can see here. As you can see here, visual is kind of bad. But I think when it comes, I think it's already going out a little. I think it's going away. No, it's actually coming in. So you can see the entire game style changes. Just totally. The entire game style just absolutely changes. Now I got to be more careful because I don't know. Maybe I can't see people as much, right? So I got to be careful. I got to be, on my feet more. And that's what happens here. So that's what I love about EA and DICE, and well, now Visceral. Is it? I don't even know how to say their name. Visceral. I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me how to say it because I don't know how to say it. But they do deliver. Let's just call them they. They do deliver great games every time. You can't say that Battlefield is terrible because obviously they're not. And somehow I'd have missed that guy. But yeah, not somehow. Sorry, kind of cut up in my words here. They always deliver a great game. Every game that they give us, it's always a great game. It's always a good game. It's always great. BC2, coming from BC2 to Battlefield 3, that was a total change. It was a totally different feel to the game. And then come from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4, that was a total change too. And they just keep changing the way the game feels, and it feels better and better and better every time. I mean, it's not a total change from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4 and BC2 to Battlefield 3, but you can tell, but you know that it has changed. The feeling of the game has changed. Like you can't deny that the feeling of the game and the way the game's played has changed throughout the games. For BC2, obviously, it's more of a military style of a game, rather than, or like a military setting, rather than Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3, what is a less military setting, and then this is total different military setting. It's cops versus it's like a big game of cops versus robbers, which is great. From coming from like a Halo player and having cops versus robbers. If you remember that game type, it's totally different, but I mean, still, you got a big game of cops versus robbers. It's great. You know what I mean? If you're into that kind of stuff, like cops versus robbers, and you like that kind of policing setting, this is a great game for you because no matter what, it's cops versus robbers. No matter what game mode you get into, right? It's great. Heist is great. It's funny how Battlefield comes out with a beta and they already have Heist, and GTA doesn't even have Heist anymore. Or GTA has put off Heist for so long. Just a little joke. Never mind. But with all the game modes they created, it's exactly what, not exactly, but they did it so it's like a police setting. It's exactly like a police setting. And what like policing is. I mean, I'm talking like this is now like a policing simulator. And I'm seeing that guy. I'm like, that looks like a guy, but no, it's not. But anyways, so they did it. They made this game so it looks like it is like what policing does, right? What you see in movies and stuff like that. And they did a great job with it. They did an absolutely great job, and they did it with like what BC2 and Battlefield 3 did. What they did with that is that for different teams, if you're cops, then you have different guns. If you're robbers, then you have different guns. And you might be thinking, that's kind of stupid, right? Why do they have to change it? Well, first of all, that's how they actually did it before Battlefield 4. For Battlefield 4, they had the same gun no matter what team you chose, China, US, or Russia, right? That's all three of them, I think, right? It's only 3 different teams that they can pick from. So that's why they had the reason that they did that is because they added like 3 different teams, and they don't want to have 3 different settings, 3 different kind of versions of guns, right? Obviously, the cops have better like not really better guns, but different like guns that you'll actually see in the policing unit and whatnot. So anyways, guys, that's it. This is a great game overall. I am loving it. I'll see you guys next time.